I am back, baby. I am back at home, and I'm ready to bring you some awesome news today as West Virginia had the top ranked duo in the Big 12 at corner. Let's talk about it.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Guys, welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, baby, and I am so absolutely stoked to bring you some news today. How about West Virginia, by the way? How about them boys, man? Pulling it off. I don't know what's up with my camera. I tried to adjust it before we came on, and I've had it in a suitcase for 10 days, and it's not acting right. So just bear with me as it's a little bit fuzzy. I'll figure it out after the next show. Guys, check it out, man. West Virginia, right? I know we're here to talk about these two corners, but what a hell of a game-winning shot for James Reese, man. What an addition he's been to the West Virginia squad. And to knock off a team like they just did with Elite Nation, I mean, it's an excellent win. Excellent win. I can't say much better about it. Glad to see him do it, man, you know. But James Reese has been an absolute monster for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Whether he was a part of us or not in the beginning doesn't matter to me. He's part of us now. All right. If you didn't know, now you know. West Virginia has the best and top-ranked duo in the Big 12, according to Pro Football Focus. And I trust Pro Football Focus, as you well probably know. And so what I thought I would do is, for fun, I'll give you my breakdown on the duo. We'll break them down separately. Then we're going to do a soft edge meter to try and see what's up with them. We're just trying something new with the soft edge meter. I've taken somebody's advice. Want to see what you guys think about the soft edge meter, because I think it's good too, right? If somebody's soft, they're going to be on the soft end of the meter. If they're hard edge, they're going to be on the harder edge end of the meter. It's pretty good too. So I think it could be fun. Let's dive into this breakdown though. Let's see. What do we want to go first? I guess we can share a screen right here on Jordan Scruggs' profile so we can see this right off the top. Highest rated cornerbacks in the Big 12 returning for 2025. As you can see, West Virginia has two in Michael Coach Jr. and Jordan Scruggs. That's pretty good. Now, I have to admit, Matthew McDoom wins the name game. It's not even close. Matthew McDoom might be one of the best names ever. I mean, honestly, that's pretty damn good. But anyways, I got a breakdown of my own for this. Let's bring it to you now. So obviously, both of these guys, and I told you guys all year long during the offseason, I kept telling you guys, for whatever reason, Scruggs is ranked just ahead of Coates in the portal rankings. This is probably why they were heavily being ranked off of is this PFF ranking. So makes some sense. It makes some sense, I guess. They both play a similar level of competition as well. So it's like, it's not really, you can't favor one of the over the other for that as well. But if you break down Michael Coach Jr., he's not huge. He's 5'10". That used to be a big corner. Now it's a short corner, 180 pounds. But what does he do well? He's one of the best in coverage in the entire country with an elite 87.6 Pro Football grading coverage in 2024. You can't get much better than that. That's better than Beanie Bishop. That's better than anybody we've had, better than Charles Woods during his big year. So he's a proven ball hawk, right? He's got 4 interceptions and 17 pass breakups in 2024. Let's hope he does that again. He'll be an All-American. He's got really competitive drive, and he's adaptable. If you watch him on film, he can transition. He successfully transitioned from JUCO to Division I and now possibly the Big 12. And by the way, that ruling, if it comes down, would affect Coates as well. Maybe give an extra year in the Big 12, which would be enormous if we could keep him here. He's extremely physical and press man coverage, despite being a little bit smaller, guys. He uses really good quickness to disrupt receivers at the line of scrimmage. And look, 41 tackles, 4 interceptions, 17 pass breakups. He's a first-team All-Mountain West selection. The fit in Zach Alley's defense is this. Obviously, he employs a versatile 3-3-5 or 4-2-5 scheme that emphasizes very aggressive corner play, man coverage, especially, and coach high coverage grade and ball skills align well with the system. It allows him to lock down receivers one-on-one, and I think his experience as a starter against Division I talent and the ability to read quarterbacks will complement Zach Alley's emphasis on turnovers and aggressive secondary play. Given our poor pass coverage last season, it's got to get better, right? It can't do worse. It's literally impossible, isn't it? We better hope. He is a prime candidate, obviously, to win a starting job and will win a starting job. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. I'll come on here and tell you how shocked I am if that happens. But that means somebody else is really damn good if that happens, right? So I think he's going to thrive in these press man looks. But guess what? We got another guy that can cover. It's not just him. First time in a while, right? So Jordan Scruggs, 5'11", 6 feet. I've seen both, 185, 190. He's a bit longer than Michael Coach Jr. 69 tackles, four tackles for loss in 2024 at South Alabama. He's a versatile kid, man. He's played against multiple schools. If you look at Washburn, Central Missouri, South Alabama, he's had a lot of adaptability. He's very good in run support, and he adds value just beyond the pass coverage, in my opinion. He's got 1 year of eligibility remaining, which if you didn't know that, now you know. He's a very mature dude if you listen to him speak, and I think he'll make an immediate impact. 69 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, and a pick. Really good year last year at South Alabama, and a similar level of competition as Michael Coates. So what does he do well? Well, he's a little different than Coates. He's not quite high end as Coates in pass coverage, in my opinion. He's a better run support guy. For the average guy, he's better than the average guy in pass coverage. He's very good in pass coverage. I'm just saying Coates edges him out in pass coverage so far. Maybe that changes, but he's better than Coates in run defense coverage, in my opinion. So he can handle all the physical demands of Zach Alley's schemes, which require corners to contribute against the run as well, right? His interception and pass breakups, they indicate that he can handle all those other coverage duties, but he's going to be really good at fitting into the aggressive, turnover-focused secondary that West Virginia is going to employ this year. And he's got multi-school experience, so that should help him adapt to Zach Alley's complex play calls. And we heard Eddie V the other day say, listen, we put in 2, maybe 3 times the amount of plays than we did last year, oversimplified with Leslie and company. So I think it makes him a really strong compliment to Michael Coach Jr., obviously, and will be a starter and key rotational player. So here's what I did. As a duo ranking these guys, what I've done is employed a soft edge meter for these two, right? So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to rank them based off of their ability as a duo. So it evaluates each player's potential to be a part of the best duo in the Big 12 with a combined score, right? Each category is going to be, just like always, scored from 0 to 10, and that total will reflect their hard edge, competitiveness, duo potential. So the categories are going to be coverage ability, physicality, adaptability, turnover creation, and Big 12 fit. Can they align with conference play style and scheme? Can they track interceptions and pass breakups? Can we evaluate the transition success across levels and schools? Can we assess the tackling and run support? And can we measure ball skills and man coverage effectiveness? Okay. Michael Coach Soft Edge Meter is a 9.5 in coverage ability with that elite 87.6 coverage grade with 17 pass breakups. It literally doesn't get any better than that. Jordan Scruggs, we give him an 8.5. 2 pass breakups and an interception is very solid. Physicality for Jordan Scruggs, we give him a 9 out of 10, right? 69 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, which show that run strength. Michael Coach Jr. gets an 8, solid, right, with those 41 tackles. Adaptability, Michael Coach Jr. gets a 9.0. Jordan Scruggs gets an 8.5 because they're both multiple schools. They're both lower level and then played at a similar level. So I just think Nevada might play just a touch more competition. That's just my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. Turnover creation, you give Michael Coates a 10 out of 10. 4 interceptions and 17 pass breakups is insane, right? It's just insane. Jordan Scruggs, 7.5. 1 interception, 2 pass breakups is awesome. Big 12 fit, I give them both a 9. Versatile fit, I think they'll both be good in coverage and run support for a total composite score of 48.7. I think they both are extremely hard-edged players. I think they're both going to contribute to being an incredible duo in the Big 12 this year. I've already, like, whenever I did my depth chart, they were both my starting corners. It's pretty easy to figure that part out, right? It's the depth behind them where it gets a little tricky. But it's these guys are going to be really good. And here's the thing. You've got guys behind them that are really, really good. I have a chance to be. I don't know how some of the guys are going to play out, whether it's the Akron transfers or whoever. But overall, man, this is one heck of a start. And I mean, really, as I look through this today, and I kept getting impressed. So what we'll do next is let's look at the tape. Why are these two so good? That's what we watch next. We're going to stick around and pay attention to Michael Coates Jr. and Jordan Scruggs. Stick around. We'll be right back right here on Locked On West Virginia. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by none other than, of course, and I don't even know if we've done this read in a while, to be honest, GameTime. Look, we love GameTime around here because they are our favorites, of course. Have you ever decided to last minute head to a ball game with family or friends? Well, maybe it's game day and suddenly you realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where game day comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer to the first pitch you get, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and more, including a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. It's the official ticketing partner of the Major League Baseball, making it an easy way to browse through the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. I like the Reds. Take the guesswork today out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off today, and download the Game Time app where you get last-minute tickets, lowest prices. That's guaranteed, where you'll find yourself asking the questionable questions. What time is it? It's game time. All right, guys, we are here in segment 2. Of course, we are going to crack open a do, as always, to celebrate my triumphant return back to home, because I didn't know it. Man, it's been a long trip, guys. I'll be honest. I was not expecting 3 days to feel quite like that, but man, did it ever. And of course, we have the do hat to go with it. So for those of you listening on podcasts, I do have a Mountain Dew hat on. Yes, I did crack a do. It is what it is. Here we are. Let's get over to the tape, man. So obviously we were just on Jordan Scruggs. We may as well start there, as he has got some very fun tape to watch. So Jordan Scruggs, man, what can you say about him here in full Mountaineer regalia? Love to see that. Here he is here. Oops, wrong thing. Click the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Mayday. There we go. All right. So as you can see him here in some West Virginia gear like that. You can see him here in some Mountaineer gear. We like that too. Stamping at 100, he says. And here he is on the game. And I think he was feeling a little slighted on this game, if I remember right. Some of these guys were anyway. All right. So where is the tape for Jordan Scruggs? Well, here it is. So let's get to the tape on what I consider a pickup for the West Virginia Mountaineers in the offseason. Let me get that turned off. I wish we could listen to it, as I always say. One thing you'll notice about Scruggs, he's extremely emotional on the field. He's constantly getting lit, emotional, fired up, however many adjectives you want to use. Just watch. There he is, getting himself hyped up. He's telling them, now look at him, getting in their face. I love it all, man. I love the talk. I love it. I love it. I love it. Give it to me every second of the day. I would rather, I don't care. Like people say, act like you've been there. I used to have a coach. If you celebrated, he'd say he had an overbite. So he couldn't even say pew, right? Like with the P, it would sound like he said like a few too many drinks. Phew, like that. He'd go, phew, that stinks. Act like you've been there before. Trust me, everybody hated him because you couldn't have fun, man. Everybody wants to have fun if you make a play. I'm not saying what Garrett Green did, right? Where you take the helmet off. Like, obviously there are rules within that. But if the rules allow for some celebration, celebrate. I love it. So as you can see, run support is his deal, but he can also get out there in the pass support, in the passing game support as well. As you can see him grab a pick here, just a great pick too, as he undercuts this ball. A great job by Scruggs. I believe it's right here. Yeah, just undercuts a ball, gets it in his hands, and then you can see great speed to get down the sidelines. Big hits. That's what he does well. Big across the middle. Oh my God, against North Texas or Eastern Michigan, whichever the one of the two. Here he is against LSU. If you missed that, it's easy to see, or it's easy to miss if you don't see it. Oh my God, let's see the hit first, though. Oh man, it's bad whenever his head's over here and this guy's head hadn't moved yet. Boom! What a hit. Here he is all over an LSU wide receiver. He's literally in front of him. No shot. There's he fired up, baby. Love it. As you can see, once again, up and run coverage. Here he comes. Super aggressive. I love how Rich Rod evaluates, man. I feel so much more confident in these players than I did the ones with Leslie and company. There was a couple guys I really liked, like TJ Jackson. Like there have been guys that they got. Like it wasn't every single player that Leslie and them got that I didn't like. Get down, honey. My cats are freaking out because I've been gone for 10 days. But yeah, obviously, they had some hits, but man, do they have some misses too. So obviously Scruggs, man, is there he is again getting a hand in there. But man, I think he shines when he's making physical contact at the point of attack, wherever that is on the field, or in run support. Man, here he is again, number 86, ate his lunch that day, and he's got a lot of plays he made against LSU. Let me see if I can find that LSU South Alabama game. I'm sure it was probably not close game. South Alabama versus LSU. Okay. So it was 42-10 game. That's not a big shock, obviously. Let's see. Player stats. Defense. All right. So team stats. So Jordan Scruggs had 3 pass breakups and a couple tackles in that game. It's really hard to say because a lot of times corners if they don't have interceptions, sometimes stats can be a little deceiving, but this doesn't exactly. But as you can see on the film there, he locked the dude up a couple times in coverage and made a couple tackles, which is pretty good against LSU. It lets you know he can play against that type of competition. And when you see him in real time, it makes a lot of sense why he's so highly rated. He's a sticky guy. As you can see here, that's a great play. Those plays are tough to make. Bang bang plays where it's not like, what's this next play? This is not exactly what is this, 10 to 15 yard pass, but look at the form from Scruggs here. He's getting that left hand, poking it right behind the arm, timing that thing up and watching him poke the ball out. Boom. Right there. Just at the last second. There it is. See, now it shows that that's actually the angle I wish I'd have had the first time. But As you can see, that left arm comes in here, makes contact with the ball as the ball meets the hands of the receiver, and there it is on the ground right there. Great play. Great play. Ooh, undercutting. Oh my gosh. What a play. Oh man, he was heat seeking missile right here, guys. Really, really nice. So, I mean, this kid would have died if he didn't get over that. I think his body just instinctually moved because as fast as he was moving, this kid was dead if he got hit. Holy crap. I would not have wanted to have been in the way of that shot. Here he is. See, this is where in my opinion, this is like these are the kind of plays I think he'll make for us this year. They're not going to be all the time. They're not going to be the flashiest plays because he's so good in run support. I think Scruggs is going to be a guy we send off the edge just like this and to fill gaps from down back, right? And look at this great fill here and just a great one-legged tackle in on the play, and here he is again. You see him come off the edge, man. He's so quick off the edge. Watch how quick he flies off the edge, and he's already at the angle, right? Boom. He's got that one leg up again and makes a play on it. Here he is again, shedding a blocker. This play is made by him. This guy should technically have the angle if this kid gets his block, right? Jordan Scruggs kind of helps blow this thing up, right? What an excellent tackle, too. Let's try to get there a little slower. So this dude here is supposed to get the block, right? And Scruggs just reads the play very easily. I mean, the guy doesn't engage him very well in the Big 12. He's going to have a little, I don't know if he'll have a tougher time, but he's definitely going to face better blockers than this. And then, obviously he can't cut it back inside, so this guy makes a play too. But also he holds the edge. If he's blocked, this guy doesn't matter. He just goes this way. So great tackle. Yeah, big fan of Jordan Scruggs, but obviously I don't think he's been talked about enough. Hopefully this gets him some recognition because he deserves it for sure. Definitely deserves it. We'll watch one more. I don't know if this has got any of the same plays on it, but I love, man, South Alabama's got some sharp jerseys too. Sharp helmets, the whole thing. More big hits. I don't know if it's just a couple plays. There he is knocking the ball loose like that. See, this is the kind of plays I think he makes for us next year. A guy's running up the sidelines. And look, that running back does literally everything right. The ball's in the left hand protected up against the sidelines. He lowers, he covers, he does everything correct that a coach asks you to do as a running back. And Scruggs still uses his helmet to pop that thing out of there. There's literally nothing that can, if you hit the ball, unless there's a couple guys in the history of the game that you just can't. Adrian Peterson, right? Like guys like that, like, man, no matter what you do to them, they just take the hit. And it's almost like they take, how like some guys in like martial arts will train certain soft tissue parts of their body to be able to take hits. I feel like Adrian Peterson was like that because he could just take the biggest hits on the arm with the helmet, and it would he just shrugged it off like it didn't even hurt. And it's like I bump into something in the middle of the night, and I'm like, same here. Like, I mean, if a guy comes in and hits you like this right here, that is a perfect. I mean, look how low the running back is. 99 out of 100 times, he probably gets away with this because he's doing everything right. Two hands on the ball. He's almost at a 90-degree angle, bent over, trying to deliver a blow. And Jordy, look how low he gets here. You know how hard that is against a moving target? It's very hard. And boom, you knock that thing right out of there with force. Let's watch that one more time in full speed now that you kind of get the entire picture of it. Here it is in two angles. Boom. Well, that's just a different play. Boom. I love that, man. Boom. There's an even better one. That's an even better angle. I love this. Running back gets his head down, two hands on the ball, right? Just like you're taught. Now it looks like maybe his teammate. Is that his teammate pulling that thing out of there? Maybe it was both of them. It's kind of hard to tell. Once again, he is in on a play, breaking one up. Number 22, man, he had a hard day with Jordy out there. But Jordan is like, what I like when you look at him as far as like his build goes, right? Look at his build. He's not overly muscular at all. He's just long, lean, and lanky, right? Way different than Michael Coach Jr. Way different than Michael Coach Jr. So that's what we do next. We go to the break. We'll come right back and check out Coach Jr., man, because he is on another level when it comes to coverage. We watch Jordan Scruggs in run support. Now watch the antithesis of that in pass coverage. All right, here we are back here in segment 3. Locked on West Virginia, baby. I am happy to be home, guys. Thank you so much for the support while I was gone, man. I can't thank you enough. Big day tomorrow, by the way. Big day tomorrow. Phil Steele will be coming in for an interview. Let me see what time it is. I have it over here. Okay, so I'll share the screen with you guys just for fun. Let's see. This is going to be kind of fun. So this is what my studio looks like whenever I come in and make a video. A lot of times I'll either live stream, recording on our webinar, whichever. Obviously, here's the library of videos that I've made. But anyways, so a lot of times I can schedule ahead of time. And Phil Steele and I, before I went on vacation, scheduled out tomorrow for 1 p.m., guys. So I know that's going to be during the day. Not a lot of you guys may be at work or somewhere else. But, man, if you can tune into this will be a live edition of the show with Phil Steele, literally the godfather of preseason magazines, one of the most knowledgeable guys in college football, will be on this show live. I'm very proud to have him, but I would love your support if you can make it tomorrow at 1 p.m. It would mean a lot to me. If you can't, come see us after the show, but I would love to ask him a couple questions for you guys, and if you have questions for him tonight, maybe that'll be a poll question I put up because I would like to have some interaction with that. Although he's been on a couple shows, I get it. I'm the only person that can offer a live version of this. Everybody else is pre-recorded, right? So I can at least get him on there live and we can put him on the spot, ask him a couple things. Why did you pick West Virginia last? Obviously, that's the premise. We're going to talk to him about it. And I'm going to challenge him a little bit on it, just a little. Obviously, I want him to come back. And I mean, listen, Phil Steele gets it right more than he doesn't, by the way. He really does. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, Phil Steele knows a lot about sports, and he's got a lot of people at his disposal to look these things up. He's got teams and teams of people now at this point. I mean, how long has that magazine been going on, guys? I don't know. I mean, dozens of years. So, obviously, he knows what is up. So, interestingly enough, Cortez Braham has been granted a preliminary injunction, allows him to play 7th year college football. We talked about that yesterday, but I didn't think about the fact that he and Michael Coach Jr. played on the same team last year. Huh? That's funny. I would love to ask Cortez about Coates and how good he feels he is. Can he hold up in the Big 12? Those kind of things. Like, obviously, I wouldn't ask him that on camera, but just curious what he would say privately. All right, so we all know who Michael Coach Jr. is. Some people would even view him as our top portal get. And I'm not going to say one way or the other that's true or not. I think it's tough to say either him or Jamori. But, man, when you look at some of the things he has, total snaps, 288, 0 touchdowns allowed. Opponent's passer rating, 39.3. He had 4 interceptions last year. This is in 2023, by the way. This stats. 2024, he had an even better year. 13 passes defended, first in the nation. 26 tackles, 4 interceptions, 5th in the nation. 16 forced incompletions. 83.8 Pro Football Focus rating, 14th in the nation. Opponent passer rating, 43.3. Opponent target percentage, 24.2, which is very low. A coverage grade, 89.2, which is 5th in the country. He could very well be the best corner in college football, all things considered. You know how lucky we are to get him? I don't think people realize how lucky we are to have him. He's truly elite in every way. And I predict that as long as he stays healthy, I do believe he will be an All-American at West Virginia. Now, I don't know first, second, third team. I don't know. But I do think that he'll turn out to be better than both Charles Woods and Beanie Bishop, even though those guys came in with little fanfare and turned out to be really good. I'm going to say that he matches and lives up to the hype. Hell, even Mike Golick Jr. put something out on this kid. Everybody loves Coach Jr. The only person that can make him not succeed is him at this point, in my opinion. Let's get to the tape.
You're really high on Michael Coates Jr. and what he does for this Cane-Io Nevada defense.
Like a crock-pot defender, you can just set it and forget it. He's going to play sticky press man coverage, run with the defender the entire way.
I love that. That was Joe Klatt, I believe, talking about that. And I like Klatt. I know a lot of people think he's a Colorado homer, and he can be. But just ask yourself this: if you were in his position, could you not be a West Virginia homer? Like, it would be really hard, especially if you played there. Good God, how hard would it be? But I mean, he makes great plays, man. He is just so good at what he does. And what I love about him the most, man? He is a calm, cool, collected guy. I had him agreed to come on my show, and unfortunately, other powers that be got involved there. I'm not going to make things harder on myself than I need to be, but I had this dude offered almost what you could offer at the limit before they got to send it to the clearinghouse. And there were still people that felt like that wasn't enough for 20 minutes. I don't want to get on the soapbox, but at what point is the onus going to stop falling on West Virginians for this? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, I don't know, man. I would have gladly paid it. And even though I would have lost money on that episode, like, I tried to tell the people that were powers that be that at the time, like I'm giving him, let's say I give him $300-400. I'm not making that off of one episode, even with residuals over the course of 6 months. It's not happening. I'm not at that level yet. Like, maybe Josh Pate does with 80,000-90,000 views. Yeah, sure. Then yeah, absolutely. You make that much. Then it's worth it. But like, when you're making 80 to 100 to an episode, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, you're losing out. But it's the experience of talking to one of the best players in the country, right? That's number one. It's the support of our university and our players. Like, that's something I want to do, even if I lose out in the end. Monetarily, I don't care about that. I've said it multiple times. If my net worth was $1 billion and I had no family or anything like that to worry about, like, obviously, and at this point in time, I don't. I'm live alone, right? I would give 3/4 of that to our NIL program. I would have, and I put that on anything I love. But I'm a nutcase when it comes to this, and like, there's not many things I want more than for us to win a championship. Much like Cody Campbell, right? Who's doing what he's doing. So it's a fantasy that'll never happen, but I do bring it up often. Let's get to the tape. Love Coach Jr., man. Love his swagger on the field. I think he's a guy that can propel us, in a year where we're first year, we're just trying to get things settled. Even if we only win 5 or 6 games, I think he's going to be a major bright spot. As you can see, man, this is a poorly thrown ball, in my opinion. The guy's got to jump, and he's a bigger receiver. Coach Jr. has no business even being in this play, really, but, man, does he make a play on that thing, and really great. I think, these all 22 looks, if I've ever told you, I know I've told you guys this before, this is my favorite kind of footage. This is what they call all 22, right? It just means that you can see all 22 players on the field at once. That's all it means, right? It's very hard to get, though. Coaches have it all the time. They've always got access to it. And when you watch film in practice or after practice or anything, you're seeing some variant of the all 22 most likely, whether from an end zone or over top like this. There's truly no better way to study film. If you ever get all 22 film, man, you're lucky, because it's just not something the players get it, but like, it's not like your regular guy is going to have this all the time. But you see everything. You can go rewind. You can rewind and fast forward this same play and people want to know what takes tape study so long sometimes. This same play, think about this. There are 22 individual guys on both sides of the ball that they're doing something different that you have to evaluate. Then, if they engage with more than one person, you have to evaluate them against sometimes 1 to 2 people, if not even a third sometimes, like on a pass rusher that maybe gets to a tight end and gets to the running back. Maybe he's got to get through a guard and a tight end or whatever. But so it can take a long time to evaluate just one play. I don't think people realize, but in this case, we've got one guy to worry about, and that's Michael Coach Jr. Right away, he takes a pretty soft drop on this, considering, I think the down and distance was very smartly played on his part this time. He knows the down and distance here. This is third, most likely third. By the way they played it, I would say third and 9 or 10 right here, right? So he's playing off the ball, and he's going to stop at the sticks, right? That's the goal. You want to play it, and look at him right here. Look at his eyes right over here at the sticks. That's where he's looking right now. Michael Coach Jr. is looking at the sticks. And he's playing his drop by that. In his head, he probably knows when this kid's going to cut. He counts out to himself two to three beats, and then he realizes, okay, he's not here. Let's cut on the ball, right? And that's what he does. Great play, great, and here's what he does well here too. Watch the hips. They're pointed this direction. That means he's got to completely 180 the hips and get moving the other direction, and he does it great. And the recovery speed, the whole 9, all to make that one play. Great play, though. That's so gorgeous, man. So this is what makes him so good, too. Press man coverage against a good player, by the way, at Troy. Troy was really good last year, too. Watch him just the quickness that he moves with here as this kid gets off the line. He meets him where he's at and just overtakes him. Easy peasy, man. No shot. If that kid makes that catch, it's because he made an excellent catch. But good luck. Only the best of the best. Now, in the Big 12, there are going to be guys that make this catch, maybe that Troy wouldn't. And I think that's what I'm going to be interested to see in the coach is when – do you guys understand he hasn't had plays made on him ever? Like in the last 2 years at least. Literally no plays made on him. Every now and again he might get a ball caught on him or something. But like you saw the numbers. 0 touchdowns. That's incredible. That's hard to do. We had guys on our team last year that give up 8, 9, 10 touchdowns. But, I mean, obviously the ball's in a pretty good place. Look at the receiver's outstretched arms. Coach is in excellent position, right? But, I mean, what are you taught to do where you're taught to get your hand in between the ball and the chest and then rip outwards, right? And that's kind of what he does, except he kind of just punches it with his right arm too. Great play. Man, that's awesome. Gosh, man. How are we so lucky to get a kid like this? I mean, all he's doing is playing his drop really right here. But as you see, they try to double move him up here. 1-2, right? They try to hit him with the old 1-2 route on what's it looking like? It's hard to see the down and distance here. Okay, it looks like 3rd and 10, maybe. Or 2nd 10, somewhere in there. But anyways, watch how Coach Junior plays this one, man. Doesn't bite on it at all. Oh, I'm with you. And just a well underthrown ball. Any easy interception. Well, for him, not for me or you. But look at the recovery speed. This is what I want you to see here. This is a wide receiver in the open field catching the ball. He's behind. He's got 2 guys to get around, and he's faster than everybody else. Incredible. Nice strip away there. Just aggressive. I don't know why they showed that play exactly, but it's too hard to keep up with, to be honest. Here he is right here. They tried to rub route him, guys. Oh, my God, that's so pretty. So what they try to do here? So they try to bring this kid in to try to interfere a little bit, right? See this guy come inside a bit, and they try to rub him off of him. It's a classic rub route when you need 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. It works a lot of the time because it's like setting a pick in basketball, except you're like, oh, I didn't mean to, right? You basically just, a lot of times what they'll do to try to disguise it is they'll bring a guy in motion the last minute, and then they'll run the play, right? And then he'll just automatically start running towards your guy. And then this guy works off of this guy, kind of curls around him. But look at Coach, man. He stays stuck to him like glue. In my opinion, this guy could have made it a little bit more difficult, but he didn't. And just an excellent way to get around him and make a play on that ball. Now, I don't know. Some people probably think that's a little handsy. I don't necessarily think so. Look at that one-handed interception, though. Holy cow, look how high he is off the ground. Probably 35, 40 inches vertical right here. Fumbles with it, but then he gets it. That's like, you know what that looks like? That looks like is that not the interception in the Giant, or not the interception, but the reception in the Giants game? That's incredible. What a crazy play. That looks exactly like it. Oh my gosh. Nice play. And you can see he gets fired up too. It's against SMU. Is that against SMU? No. Man, that's a pretty play, guys. I mean, just no shot. Good God. Wow. Well, hey, here's something. They both played, they at least played this team this year, both of them. So here he is here again, playing this just an excellent overall. Oh, this is back a little bit too far. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize I went back so far. But I mean, here's the one-handed interception. We know that. And then boom. And now we got the other play that I don't know how I went back so far, but I did. I mean, just oops. I guess I accidentally hit the damn thing again, didn't I? Yeah, so that's a great play, though. I mean, he's with him the whole way, so stuck to him. Such a great athlete down the field. He just fights, too. Here's another one. You try to hit Michael Coach Jr. with a goal ball. Are you stupid? I honestly, you would probably think after 2 years people would stop this. But, I mean, even this guy tried it. No shot. Good night, sweetheart. That's a pretty great play there, too. Look at the physicality, man. No chance. How about instead of letting a receiver run his route, how about you just go ahead and take him totally out of the route? Look at this play here from Coach Jr. up top. Very top of your screen. Watch him make contact with the receiver, and that's it. He doesn't run a route. He doesn't do anything. The play's meant for him, but it ain't going to happen for him. That's for sure. Right there. Contact is made. At that point, Michael Coach Jr. says, I own you, mother effer. Just a great, great, great play. Here he is in some run defense as well. Great. Nice job. But, man, is he sticky in coverage. I can't wait to see how he holds up against Big 12 receivers. I cannot wait. He is going to be something special. I mean, look at this excellent, excellent coverage, man. Wow. I mean, that guy thought he'd scored a touchdown, and he said, I'm not giving up on it. Pretty cool. Pick. There he is again, right? Sticking with the guy the whole way. No shot. Rode you out of bounds. Yep. No shot. Is that against Oregon State? Great leg tackle, too. So, over and over and over it comes into play, obviously, for Coach Junior. It's impressive. Like, it's a body of work that I can definitely get behind and understand. And at the end of the day, it's like, and after all that, after everything we just witnessed from Coach Junior, it's kind of, kind of reminds me of that if you've ever seen the Larry Bird highlight tape where Red Auerbach is talking about him. He's like, you know what? After all those accolades, Boyd plays Hoyt, right? After everything we've just seen about Michael Coach Jr., he probably plays Hoyt too, but he also hustles, man. You want to see why Rich Rod brought this kid in? Yeah, sure. All the accolades matter, all the coverage grades matter. But how about a play that you're out of? You could easily let him score, come back and try again later. How about, and you got a guy pulling you back against UNLV, a very, very good, basically last year, probably on par with a lot of Power 4 teams, right? Yeah, let me chase this guy down. I'm faster than he is. So we're gonna play next play. And here's the other thing. Smart, right? A lot of guys get a horse collar here. He realized his mistake right away and used it to pull himself up around the shoulders. First of all, I'm glad he did that because I don't want the kid to get hurt. Second of all, it's a smart play. And we play again from the 30. A great tackle, right? I mean, you're up against the bigger guy. So it's a tight end. So you got to break down, right? And I love the way he breaks this thing down. He's not, against a tight end, you either got to be really aggressive and go for the legs, or you've got to let him make a mistake and then you capitalize. And that's what Coach Junior does here. Watch him break down into a stance, an athletic stance, and then wait for his moment. Break down, make a great tackle. And I love that. It's just fundamental. That's a pretty good play. Pretty wild looking. So, that's Michael Coach Jr. So, after seeing that, you should be pretty fired up about our corners next year. And I absolutely agree. I think we do have a shot to have the best duo in the Big 12. These guys are good, and we have a reason. Like, we don't have to believe everybody what they say about us. Just like we didn't a few years ago with Neil Brown won 9 games. That's just my opinion, man. I think these guys are really good. I think we've got a shot to be good too on defense for sure. We've got Zach Alley. We've got 2 really good corners, obviously. If Justin Harrington is healthy and Darren turns out what I think he can be, Darren Lewis, why can't we be good, on defense in the back end? And then we got some depth back there, right? I think we've got 2 good linebackers, maybe more. I don't know. It depends on things. I definitely like Chase Wilson and Ben Bogle and Reed Carrico, but we're not supremely gifted there. Our defensive line is pretty much if you ranked a preseason ranking, you might make the defensive line number 1, right? Everybody keeps saying Nate Gabriel's flashed really big this offseason. Don't be surprised if he doesn't really come on this year. He played so well as a freshman last year. Then you look and you're like, okay, Hammond Russell's back as a starter. Eddie V is back as a starter. We might have something brewing here. Oh, and by the way, Corey McIntyre Jr. could be the most talented of them all. He's only had 2 off-season surgeries that have prevented him from playing yet, but he would have started both years in a row had he not been injured. As long as he's not damaged for good, that's a pretty deep room, and that's not even counting if Jamori Robinson gets cleared. But even if he doesn't, you still got Siders and those guys that I think are going to play well, especially guys like I like Marshawn Oxley, on the edge, as one of our backers. I like a lot of our guys. I think our defense is going to be better than people think. Now, I'll tell you what, offensively, our offensive line is definitely the biggest question mark, right? I don't think anybody's surprised at that. So we'll see what happens. But, end of the day, they're going to figure it out on the field. I think we have the talent there to be good enough on the O line. I don't know if we got. I mean, do we have Wyatt Milam and Zach Frazier? I don't know if we ever will again. But Rich Rod never went after those guys anyway. Man, it is a shame we didn't have them when Rich Rod was here. Who knows what kind of offenses we could have put up with those boys with Rich Rod? I truly wonder. If you give us last year's offensive line, even with Rich Rod, it would have been just insane, I think. And especially the 9-win season. Man, give that team to Rich Rod, and I guarantee you it's a 11-win team, not a 9-win team. I'm off on a tangent. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen, guys. I'm glad to be back home. I got a lot of cleaning to do. My house is an absolute wreck right now because my cats are left to their own devices. And I knew it was happening. I bought cameras. I knew it was happening. I was watching them go crazy thousands of miles away in Utah. But I have a lot to say about that. I have a lot to do about that. I've got to learn how to use Adobe. I've got to learn how to do so. For those of you who don't know, I have a very cool idea for my video about Provo. All they really asked me to do was make a video like this about it. But you know me, I'm very competitive and I want to outdo Drake, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to do a video that I want to do about it. And the video I've decided to do, I think I've told you guys before, is going to be voiced over. You're not even going to see me except in the beginning when I introduce the video. And then I'm going to play footage, and it's going to try to be, I'm going to try to mix some humor in there. I'm going to try to be a little dramatic at times. Obviously, I'm putting over Provo, and I enjoyed my time there. But I think you guys will like the video, even though it's not all about West Virginia. It's for you guys. I want you to know this is for you guys. It's the whole reason I went, was to show you guys exactly what Provo's like. I got to see I was getting them all VIP passes to do anything I wanted there, basically. They gave me a debit card and said, do what you want. Honest to God. So, I got to see everything and do everything there. And I know what's up. And I told them from the get, if it's not good, I'm not going to lie to anybody, And the things that I didn't like, I'll bring up. But they're not many. I'll tell you that right now. As a matter of fact, elevation, that's the only thing I didn't like. I had a hard time breathing coming through Denver. Other than that, man, Provo was fine. 44,000 feet or whatever it was above sea level. But, man, coming through Denver, whew, if you're, bigger guy like me, maybe check that out before you run through. But anyways, I will be making that video, and any and all tips will be gladly accepted. We went over 5K subscribers while I was gone. That was cool. I've been trying to do that for a while. So I'm really happy, man. Overall, life is pretty good right now. I don't think I have anything to complain about other than a dirty house, which is going to take me about a day to get cleaned up. It's pretty rough because I was trying to get things together so quick to leave. I'm one of those people, I didn't pack until the day before I left, right? So, but yeah, the video will be out. Here's the truth. The video is going to be a learning experience for me. And here's two things I'll say up front before we get off here. If I can't pull it off to the way I want to do it, I'll probably just do something like this and show the film like this. But if I can pull it off the way I want to, I think I can make an impressive video. I really do. I've already got a script partially written. And I really want to do a good job for these people because I'm so competitive. And I think I told you guys this, but I'll show you one more time just to give you an idea for what it's like. And you guys can let me know in the comments if you think it's a good idea or not. Let me see. All right. All right. And I don't know why this video inspired me so much because it's such a bad thing for us. It's a bad thing for us. The way the guy did the video, for whatever reason, inspired me. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what inspired me to do this video before we jump off here. So please don't pay attention to the subject matter exactly in this. But I love the way this video is presented, from the tone of it. I love the voiceover. I love the little music in the background. I love all the little sound effects. I love all the little, how he zooms in and circles stuff. Like, I want to learn every single thing there is to learn about this. And I want to get better at it than this guy. And that's my goal. It's like, even if I start another channel, like, I'm going to be doing videos like this. So you might as well get used to it. Like, I'm going to start doing videos just like this.
It's December 1st, 2007. We're at Milan Pusker Stadium in Morgantown, West Virginia, the number 2 ranked West Virginia Mountain.
So that's it, right? That's basically what it comes down to. So obviously the tone of my video is going to be different than that. It's not going to be so, like, ominous, I guess. But, I have a great idea for it, and I'm excited to do it. Not trying to convert you to a BYU fan, Raven. All I'm trying to let you guys know is they treated me better than gold. They really did. And I want to show you guys everything there is to do there. That's it. So anyways, hopefully I can do the video like I want to do, and hopefully you guys will be there to support me for it. Until then, though, I'm going to get off here and get this house together, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Have a great rest of your evening. Glad to be home, and I'm out.